We don't own the rights to this music.
We do not own the rights to this music.
Oh, for shizzle. Oh damn! Hold on. Let me get the joint back. Oh. Man, I mean everything he said.
Baby, I'm scared of you. I don't believe in magic. I believe in love everlasting. Do you understand that? Was a great magician.
Come on now. Thanks for tuning in. Smash that like button.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button too, man. It's free.
Like to vibe out a little bit before we get started. So Hale.
What's up, good sir?
What's up, Roger? Thanks for tuning in. We don't own the rights to this music. We don't own the rights to this music. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Checking my connection.
She don't believe in magic.
Say what?
So she don't believe in that magic.
Vibing out a little bit before we get started. How we do? I can't understand that, baby. I can't understand that. You ain't know who did it. Oh, like Valentino. I can fall down on my knees. I was at my sleep. Girl, I know you will be pleased. I wonder. I can't understand that, baby. Vibing out. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in. Please smash that like button on the way in. And if you have not, hit that subscribe button.
Oh, damn, brethren. Hold up. I'll be right back. I got to grab me some water.
All right. I can hold it down. We're going to switch it up. Then we got to do something from the old school, something from the new school. Then we'll jump right in like double dutch. Smash the like button. I can't understand that. Baby, let me move ya. I need a little more. Baby, let me soothe ya. Oh, baby, I need a little more. Baby, let me hold ya. Oh, baby, I need a little more. Baby, let me squeeze ya. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
Let me squeeze ya.
Vibing out a little bit. Gotta switch it up, bring it up today for one time, for the one time. Y'all know I like it a little bit. One time for the one time. Then we're gonna get it started.
Let's get it. Hop off a 16 passenger. This a G5, no, this not a challenger. Big one. I get some members with me in the fridge. The Coke City, they some cannibals. Eaters. They like to get game. Drink a whole bottle, wake up and repeat. Damn. She took a look, switched it with the chill out. Now she said 3D. Wow. I'm going to jail like nigga got a cold. I bet I come out with me. I bet I do this shit for the fam.
Thanks for tuning in. Smash the like button. Smash that like
Y'all hit
button.
that subscribe button too.
Smash that like button. Quit bumping the DJ table.
He says, "Quit bumping the DJ
Quit
table."
bumping the DJ table. What y'all know about that? All right, cut. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mindfully Misunderstood. I am a host, Sir Charles the God.
And I'm Cam, too official like a referee whistle. Y'all already know what it is, baby.
To the gristle, man. Brother Cam, how are you this evening, this fine Tuesday evening, sir?
Man, I can't complain, dog. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day.
Man, that's a blessing. Amen.
You know, I always like to ask you, man, most important question for me from now on is going to be, how is your mental health, brother?
My mental health, brother. You know, the main thing that I do for my mental health is I continue to count blessings, man. And so my mental health is always strong because I can only focus on the blessings and even the lessons. I count them as well as blessings because the lessons are going to teach us, right? We learn from the hard times. So even when things aren't going swimmingly, the word of the day, I can count it as a blessing because I'm going to learn something from it.
I feel
that. Right? What about you, sir? How are you mentally?
Mentally, I'm drained. I ain't even going to lie to you. I came down with a slight sickness Sunday. And then it carried over into Monday, and today I had a slight fever this morning, and I wound up still going to work anyway. And I was like, I'm kind of glad I went because I was like, I had a fever at like 3 something in the morning when I woke up to go to the gym, and I was like, I could have went, and I was like, I don't want to get nobody else sick, so. I didn't go to the gym today, but I'll definitely be there tomorrow.
Okay. That's a beautiful thing. I didn't work out either. I ain't have time. Did I have time? I probably had time, but I ain't make time today. I went and checked on my parents. My parents just got over COVID, and they're doing well. So I visited them today and, chopped it up for a little bit. Broke a little bread with them. So now I'm back here doing the show. That being said, the title of the show, man, weak men are an abomination. An abomination, sickening. Oh, we're gonna get into it. But we here at MMU, Mindfully Misunderstood University, we're gonna just talk about the problems. We're gonna offer solutions to guys who really want to optimize their results in life in the way of health, wealth, and relationships. So without further ado, I think we should go ahead and kick that intro, and then we'll start the show officially, huh? How about?
Let's do that.
Yup. Yay. All right. So listen,
Yes,
without
sir.
further ado, brother Cam 2 official, or shall I say Reverend Cam 2 official, because he's gonna be preaching tonight. Listen,
Mm.
he sent me this link and said, let's drop there into the episode tonight. And we got questions behind this. Uh, essentially, this is saying that women want weak men. Oh, let's get into it. Let me. I'm gonna share my screen right fast, and we'll get into it.
Dudes who got their women don't like dudes who got their own, who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. They rather deal with a man like, not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So if you fuck with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing
I
this,
respect that,
this
baby.
nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hole, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you going to try to figure out which lion going to bite your ass or not? You're going to be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much that these hoes is on, so we don't know the difference. Women don't like.
Wow. Okay, a little bit to unpack right there. So women want weak men. Is this true? Is it true? Women are women desiring men that they can walk all over?
I would dare to say yes and no, because I think some women like to take care of ain't shit ass men.
Ooh. Okay. The project pats, the guys they could put together. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. I think some women definitely for sure they like being the nurturer, if you will, of those so bad habits.
Okay. Now, does that speak to the double-mindedness of a lot of women these days? Because a lot of women say what they want, but do they actually mean something else? Meaning, because okay, here's my experience, right? I've seen it where women do desire a guy. Some women desire a guy that they can walk all over, that they can control. However, they end up cheating with the guy who's going to control them. Oh, let's talk about it.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah. Because essentially the more feminine a woman is, she would typically desire a more masculine man. But that masculinity comes with something. It comes with a guy who's not just going to let you run him all over the place emotionally, physically, or what have you. He's going to be in charge. He's going to be in the leadership role, in the leadership position. So now, these women who this guy is talking about, have you had conversations with these women that actually want a guy that they can run over?
I haven't had a conversation like that, but I did run into a scenario where basically this guy stayed home, with his kids, and he let his girl go off and do her own thing for like her career. And one of the things that I have to be careful of how I say this, because I'm trying not to offend, right? But I know that there are some people that could pull off the stay-at-home dad dynamic, and I think that is great. But I think naturally, when a woman has to step out of that femininity and go into a more masculine role like that to take care of the family, inadvertently she is like without even really realizing it, it's like, especially if you are a man with no means to actually like do better and get better, she looking at you as just another anchor or just another thing that she has to take care of. So she's not really respecting that position. It's more of, this is another headache that I have to deal with.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I excel. What's up, brethren? Thanks for tuning in, brother, and we appreciate your continued support.
For sure.
Are you at liberty to talk about the details of what happened in that situation with the guy, the stay-at-home dad?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. So basically, his girl basically went to do like a stewardess position, where and basically like he stayed at home or whatever and kept their daughter, and he's one of those people that he'll smoke weed and play video games all day. And he doesn't have, I won't say that he doesn't have any aspirations to do more, but I definitely feel like that is like a really big ritual and a part of his day. So it's like it's really hard for her to kind of want to take you serious when she knows that you're not moving towards anything more than what you're doing right now.
Okay. So now, so essentially, so this guy, he stayed at home. He took care of the crib, right? While she went out and got her, what is that, a degree or something, whatever. She elevated herself in her career.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, he was there the whole time.
And he got left behind.
And then what?
He got left behind.
Damn. So essentially, when she started making money, she left it. When she started making money, she left him.
I don't think it was just that. And I had a real like heart-to-heart conversation with him. It goes past, what I'm saying, it goes past the part of her having to basically like pass him up, but like you have to, for me personally, I think you have to look at that relationship full circle, like really, really dive into like what you weren't doing at home. Cause a lot of us, we try to make it seem like we do everything, right? And we really don't be doing shit.
Oh, we lying.
You know what I'm saying?
We're doing all this and that, and we're lying.
Exactly. Like,
okay, so let me ask you a question before. Okay, so now, for men who desire, how should I say? Can a man be in a leadership position? Let's just say he's leading the family in a. Can he be in a leadership role and still be a stay-at-home husband?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's possible, because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know how you can get around that, because your woman is stepping into that role.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I would like to say, like, yeah, you could still do that. I mean, personally, I think the only way that you could do that is if you were if you had your own business and you just work from home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you're still on your purpose.
Exactly. You still on your purpose, but to just like to solely be a stay-at-home dad and just have that be your primary, I don't think that could work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So then boom. The woman gets she elevates her career. She leaves this guy. This guy at this point, is he devastated? How did he take the breakup?
I don't think he took it well. But he also was man enough to confess to me that he does not do well with his emotion. And that's one of the things that we always preach emotional control is very, very powerful. And he had a very big lack in that department. So that turned into, you know what I'm saying, domestic abuse, you know, them fighting all the time. So it just goes back to the whole responsibility piece, being able to respond with ability. It's just one of those ordeals, man. When you're not taught the emotional intelligence, you can't respond with ability.
So now, okay. That being said, I think we both agree, and we'll just say it for the viewers. We both agree that it is not a good idea for a man, unless he's okay with being in a followership position and operating from a position of, I would say when a man takes the back seat, he's operating out of a position of weakness, because at that point you're depending on a woman to essentially provide for you, and it's kind of backwards. That being said, highly not recommended to be a stay-at-home dad if you're not serving some type of purpose of leadership from home, meaning working from home,
or some type of leadership position, just period in general.
Yeah.
If you're not looking to, like, if that's like a for sure thing that you're going to do that for the next, I don't know, 4 years or what have you, like, that's cool. But after that, like, what's the plan after that? Because if you don't have a plan after that, you know what I'm saying, she's just looking at you as another bill at that point.
Okay. All right. And that's a great segue into this next, because it almost seems like society wants to soften men up. It's almost like masculinity is frowned upon these days. And I would dare to say that is a very dangerous game to play. Essentially, the most dangerous men are weak men. That's a fact. These are, hold on. And before I go into that, let me play this next clip by a brother, Andrew Tate. Okay.
Weak men. This is what's scariest about this entire agenda they're trying to purport.
Have you all noticed?
We talk about weak men. This is what's scariest about this entire agenda they're trying to purport, because their ideas, like the feminist idea and like the mainstream idea and like Logan Paul's ideas, all their ideals weaken men. And if they become weak enough, they'll no longer be a threat. And I argue that point absolutely. I think the most dangerous men on earth are the weak men. I think inside of every single man, we're born with a fire inside of us that we do not control, can destroy ourselves and other people. And if you look at men who have no emotional control, because that's what they're trying to teach us to have, they're saying, listen, you're a man, you're allowed to just cry all the time and have no emotional control, no stoicism, just react to your emotions. Do you know what happens when you tell men to just react to their emotions? Anger. You have school shootings, you have rape, you have violence. That's what happens when you tell men to have no emotional control. These school shooters are kids with no emotional control. Rapists are men with no emotional control. Violence and the you see on the street are men with no emotional control. Telling men to not be stoic is going to create a breed of violent young men who have no emotional control, can't control their emotions. We talk about.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. You know, it's funny because I've been preaching this stoicism thing for a while now, and everybody thought I was a freak. I'm wrong. I'm a devil worshiper. And I'm like, yo, stoicism is simply about emotional control and focusing on the things that are within your control and those things that are outside of your control, which one thing that's outside of your control is how your woman acts, right? It's how she behaves. And essentially that has been a problem in a lot of relationships, whereas a woman's emotional roller coaster drives a man who is not of a certain emotional intelligence, and now he goes crazy. He's flying off the handle. And again, like Andrew Tate said, you get violence, you know, because you still have a physically strong guy, physically capable man who just flies off the handle. And that's why I say that weak men are dangerous, are very dangerous, and liabilities, right? Like you and I talked about earlier. We talked about how weak men don't take care of their children. You know, they essentially create a responsibility and leave someone else to tend to that responsibility. Like, okay, like we were talking about earlier, how it reminds me of the guys who the grown ass men who throw trash out of their window. Now, I'm not. I don't like seeing any adult. I don't even like seeing any person do it. But it's especially sickening when I see a grown ass man throw trash out of the window. Essentially, what that tells me is that I am going to create an unnecessary duty for someone else. To me, that tells me a lot about who you are as a man. When you throw trash out the window, that pisses me off. I don't know if anybody else gets upset, right? When they see that. But essentially, these are the same guys who would impregnate a woman. They'll stick around. They'll stick around for the whole pregnancy so they can keep hitting it. Because we all know pregnant pudding is good. Oh, it's good. All right? Can't nobody deny that.
Boy.
I don't know. It's something up in the vaginal walls that stay moistened, right? He going to stick around for the whole 40 weeks to term, give that woman a false impression that he's going to stick around, and then boom, soon as that baby born, that baby start crying overnight, boom, now he's out of the picture. Gone.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Gone. These are weak men who can't stick around for their own responsibilities. So now that is why I say, and that's why weak men sicken me. Men who make excuses. Men who blame every external factor in their life for how their lives have turned out. Right?
Yeah. Yep. And those are the type of men that will avoid conflict. They will be selfish. I mean, it's so many. I used to tell. I actually used to say this to myself. Men with no emotional control, that means that people will die. That's just what it is. When you don't have any emotional control, people will die. And like Andrew Tate said, that's why we have school shootings.
That's why we have domestic violence.
Exactly. Because people don't know when to walk away.
All right. So now let's talk about what are some of the characteristics of well, first of all, let's define what is a weak man. In your definition, what is a weak man?
First and foremost, someone with no emotional control. But my number one pet peeve is when he expects you to support him financially. I feel like that is the most disgusting thing a man could ever do. It's like, I don't care if it's a freaking dollar. Do not ask your woman for no money, bro. Especially when you just meet a woman. If the words ever come out of your mouth, let me hold $1, or let me hold $5 or $20, that shit is just disgusting to me, bro.
So okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you implying that a man is weak because his money's low at some point?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. Any man that expects a woman to take care of him, I don't care how it is. If you are expecting that, bro, you weak as hell.
Okay. All right. Because I'd like to offer a little pushback on that. Because
you can give me all the pushback you need.
All right, a little pushback on that. Because just like I said, I actually don't think a man's strength is tied to anything external. So even the money piece,
now I will say it's case by case.
Okay.
It's case by case, but I'm saying for me generally, I'm speaking from, like, we know what type of man this man is. He's coming into the relationship. Like, I'm thinking about the dude that's with that big girl that you see at the gas station around tax time. And you know he like, bruh, come on. You know what he there for.
Yeah.
We talking about that guy.
Okay, all right, cool. Because and what I'm gonna say is that it's not necessarily, as it pertains to finances, it's not necessarily how much you have in your possession at the moment.
Right.
I'm more concerned about if you're the kind of guy that can get it. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. I made a very large investment this past year, and the money was low by my standards, you know. And I'm saying, but I made an investment, and I had to tighten the belt in other areas. Well, I'm a minimalist anyway, so tightening the belt wasn't really a problem. But so there are guys out here who make investments, and the liquid cash may be low for a time, or maybe they make an investment and the investment went bad and they got to start from the bottom again. So a guy, typically, I would say a guy doesn't necessarily have to have it on hand, but are you the kind of guy that is comfortable not having it? And can you go get it? That's what separates the two. Are you comfortable not having it? So I know you're talking about, I just wanted to clarify for the audience that you're talking about the guy who is comfortable not having it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you can't get it.
Not that you can't get it, but if you're comfortable not having it, then that's a huge problem for me.
Right. Okay. Now, for me, I think it is weak men operate through life from a position of weakness, lack, and fellowship, which is the exact opposite of what we preach here in Mindfully Misunderstood University. What we teach here is power, abundance, and leadership. So weak men operate from a position of weakness, meaning, woe is me, head down, excuses, slump shoulders. These are all physical characteristics of weak men. I was reading this. I don't know if I was reading it, but they was talking about posture. Even your very posture can give you a sense of power. But maybe we should save that for the solutions section.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see weak men, woe is me. Everybody else is the problem. Avoiding responsibility. Weak men operate from a position of fellowship. They say, man, I'd rather be in the background on everything. There's nothing wrong with being number 2 guy, number 3 guy, because there's power sometimes in playing the background. But every time, you never want to take the bull by the horns, ever. Yeah. So essentially, that why it's so disgusting to me is because I hear a lot of men complain about certain things, but I don't see them trying to put themselves in a position to have the solution for it. So a lot of men complain, and so here's what happens with these complaints that go unattended to, meaning they just want to complain and not right. What happens is other people tend to pick up the slack. Other people, so they become a liability, even within their own families. Weak men become liabilities. They don't focus on being an asset in every space that they occupy, which is what I teach. What I preach to men all the time. I preach to men, make sure that you are an asset in every room, every space that you occupy, whether it's your work. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on a rant, but I get fired up for real. I don't care if it's relationship, if it's at your job, even wherever in your community. If you aren't focused on being an asset, then a lot of times you're going to come off as a liability. You the guy that's throwing trash out the window, and another man got to pick it up.
So would you? I feel like, especially men who complain about the same things over and over and over again, and they well, I won't even say that. I feel like it's a part of being. I don't want to use the word insane, but I'm gonna use it in this scenario. I feel like a man that keeps complaining about the same thing over and over again, and he's not doing anything to change that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I find that a little mental.
Oh, for a fact.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
For a fact.
It's like you keep going, you keep talking about the same thing. You're not doing anything differently, but you're expecting a different result.
Which is the definition of insanity. Yes, these guys are insane. And these are the same guys who are expecting the world to change as opposed to changing their mindset, which can change your world. And that's why, listen, we don't like to get on here and just rant and rave about the bullshit that's going on with men today, right? We actually we're highlighting the issues, and then we want to bring a solution to it as well. Because let me tell you something. I mean, I'll admit, all right. Even Sir Charles the God, even Sir Charles the God has had weak moments in my life, and I had to check myself. And I had to realize that I am essentially in control of what my world materializes into, because the subjective mind becomes your objective reality. Now, here's the thing. I see guys all the time complaining, oh, women ain't shit, my boss, my job, the economy, and okay, sure enough, those things are real, but do you know it all? You can change it. You can change everything by the way you look at it, the way you feel about it, and how you respond. And that being said, listen, I got this other clip, because we ain't done talking about the dangers of weak men.
So real quick, I just want to rewind real quick.
Okay,
you said something that really just touched my soul. You said my subjective mind is what?
Your subjective mind becomes your subjective mind becomes your objective reality. Meaning what you continually feed yourself, what you continually feed your mind is essentially what's going to become your life. Like, okay, so every now and then somebody accuses me of being cocky, right? You cannot lose by thinking you're a winner all the time. You will never lose. You will never lose. And so I'm giving y'all a tip out there, America, YouTube land. I'm giving you a tip, right? Even if your life is in shambles, because shit happens, right? You can always feel like you're the shit, and you're the man that's going to get you out of that situation. And that all starts with thinking up here. Yeah, this is, and so here's the thing. Key number one, no matter what your situation is, always count the blessings in it. Always count the blessings.
Right.
I'm sorry, we're going straight to solution. I'm sorry. Solution. We're going to go to solutions at the end. But that's one key. I never tell myself that I'm weaker than my situation. Never. Because I understand the power in what you continually feed yourself. And if everything else is the problem, then I don't have control over it. And that's why I tell men all the time to take responsibility. Somebody said on another panel, somebody said, well, what if your woman cheats on you? Do you take responsibility for that? Yeah, because I chose wrong. I had some kind of input somewhere. Because if you leave it up to the externalities of life, then that means you're not in control. That's not my message. I'm always in control. But here's the thing. Shit happens. And you know what? Shit happens to everybody. So
I guarantee you, if you asked, for the men that asked those questions about why their girl cheated on them, for me personally, I don't care, because that is something that is outside of my control. Now, can you have that conversation with that person that says, what drove you to this point? What was I not doing that you wanted to go do? If that's a conversation that you want to have, I think you should be man enough to have it. But at the end of the day, bro, that's outside of your control. Her doing what she wanted to do, that shouldn't be what you focused on.
We're going to touch into that, because that's something that's very real, that is common. Men get cheated on too. It's not just men out here doing devilishment. Men get cheated on too, and we're going to go over some actionable steps on how to deal with that. Let me make sure I keep that in my notes, because I want to deal with that. Now, here's the thing. Men, first of all, you can't control your woman. You cannot control your woman. I don't give a damn how long you've been together. 12 days, 12 hours, 12 years, 12 centuries, 12 decades. It don't matter how long you've been together. You cannot control your woman. And there's only one reason why anybody does anything. So you could put your thoughts to rest with this here. There's only one reason why anybody does anything. It's because they wanted to.
Exactly.
Okay. Never in the history of Earth have a woman slipped and fell on a penis by accident, repeatedly. And when it slipped out, she put it back in. Remember that, all right? When it slipped out, she put it right back. She held it back in.
Oh, damn.
Remember
Damn,
that.
cuz.
Now, here's the thing. Ooh, here's the thing. We cooking right now because I have a clip. If you're ready for me to show this clip.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do this.
You ready? So, okay. And in those situations, I'm glad you brought this up. Well, I don't know who brought it up, but whatever. I'm glad we're talking about it because this is a common occurrence where women have cheated on their men, and a man with a weak mindset, meaning he operates from a position of weakness, lack, and followship. Right? He operates in lack. This is how men in lack deal with those types of situations. That's why they're dangerous, man. Dangerous. Hold on. Hold on. Boom. Hold on. Now this is a slightly different situation, but similar results.
I hope that she's somewhere safe right now and with kids. If somebody has her and they're not safe, like, I want them back now. Please bring her back.
This husband has confessed to killing his family and he is now detained.
He had just disposed of the bodies of his wife and children in an oil storage facility where he worked.
What?
Man, look at here.
Hey,
now,
bro.
We all know of stories like this, whether you know them personally or whether you heard about it in the news. And I'm gonna reverse it a little bit, but this is another man. I mean, first of all, if you're gonna have an affair with a woman, that's a weak mindset. I'm saying it's a weak mindset to think that you gotta kill your family to be with a woman. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you know coochie is everywhere? You know women are everywhere, but you don't know that because you've made this woman your world, this now the side woman, and you willing to off your family to be with a what? Oh my Lord. But anyhow.
Be with a side piece.
Come on, man. Hey.
Crazy.
But okay, and so I'm gonna reverse it a little bit. Here it is. You have men out here. We all know stories like this. They woman that cheated on them. And essentially what they've done is they internalized it so much that they don't think they have any other options. This was all I had. This was my world, and my world is now over. So I need to end everybody's world.
Oh, sir. No, sir.
Come on. Listen, we're gonna talk about it in the solution section of this stream, because that is not when you operate from a position of abundance, meaning you have options. There are ways. Listen, there are ways for you to change your reality, and to the point where you have options. It's not to say that you exercise those options, but a man should have options. If you don't have options, then something's wrong with you, sir. That's all I'm saying. And it ain't the world. It ain't the world. It ain't the world that's messed up.
It's you, big dog.
Yeah. And so that being said, weak men disgust me because, and I don't even like breathing the same air. I don't want to be in the same room. I don't even want to look at them because I know that it's just like a huge hunk of liability.
I work with them every day.
Come on, man. Oh,
work with them every day.
Listen, when I was on the job, I had many talks with guys, and you know what? And that's when me and Cam having these conversations sparked us to start this channel, is because we've had these conversations with men that actually got results. Like I was, what do they say? He who has an ear, let him hear. Meaning that for those of you who really want to receive the message on how to be better and how to live a life of power, abundance, and leadership, then that's what we offer, these practical and solutions to how you can go about doing that, so that you don't make a person your world to the tune of when she decides to do something drastic, you want to off her, the kids, the dog, and then your goddamn self. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know how many men are in jail, in prison right now? You know how many men are in prison wishing they would have done things a little bit different? Done things that's a little bit it ain't worth it, man. Does it hurt? Of course. That's why we tell you all the time to not avoid pain. I'm saying, or discomfort. Don't avoid it. Embrace it as the teacher it is. So anyhow, you got anything you want to say about that, Brethren?
Nah.
Okay. Now I got another clip, and I believe this brother handled it. This brother catches his woman cheating, and I believe he handled it like a G.
Like a G.
Oh, he was calm. This is what it looks like when you operate from a position of power, abundance, and leadership. It probably hurt. It probably did hurt. But
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it hurt. That's for sure.
Yep. So let me see. See.
What I'm trying to do is go out the door. Y'all see this on camera? I'm trying to leave out the door, get away from the situation, and make things better for me. But I can't seem to go. Can you please get off me? I'm asking her twice.
I'm asking you to
Can
sit
you
down.
please get off of me?
Okay, I'm asking you to sit down.
Can you please get off of me?
Gary, please don't put your hands. I'm begging you, please sit down, Gary. Please don't leave me. Please.
You see this, right?
Gary,
you see this?
please,
I'm trying to go.
Please.
I'm trying to go.
Look at me.
I don't want to be with you.
I will give you whatever.
I don't want nothing from you. I want to get away from you. What I'm trying to do is go out the door.
So you see how calm and listen. I'm pretty sure it at least stung some. Okay, at least. But you see how calm he was, how poised he was. He expressed his disappointment, but he was removing himself from the situation. That's what I tell these guys all the time. You have a choice. Leave.
You got a chance and a choice, dog. Chance and a choice.
Leave. Man, look. So, but a lot of times men who are too comfortable and don't have options will take that situation and turn a bad situation into pure hell. Meaning, now you done did something to her, you did something to your goddamn self, and whoever else is in the vicinity, and now your dumb ass locked up for the rest of your life. Come on, Brad. Come on now. That's right, Sir Hell. You have a chance every day. You have a chance and a choice. We have options, and listen. It is not. Women are beautiful. Women are gorgeous. They're lovely to be around. But if she goes left on you, brother, if she goes left, you still maintain the poise and control of a man that operates from a position of power, abundance, and leadership. You don't throw your life away because somebody else made a decision.
Not at all.
To go wayward. Anyhow, fired up.
So I don't know why. I don't know why, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that just made me think about a conversation that I had earlier today with a coworker of mine. And me and you, we talk about finances a lot. This is totally off the subject. We're gonna segue into a story time real quick. But me and you, we talk about finances a lot. And for whatever reason, they were talking about 401k, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the laborer that was in our box today, he was like, yeah, I put 20% in my 401k. And I was like, why do you put so much in your 401k? He's like, oh, well, I just figured it'd be easier. I was like, well, why don't you take the 20% and lower that and maybe put in 6% and put in whatever that 6% is from 20%, whatever that gap is, why don't you put that towards a whole life policy or a index whole life policy? And one of the supervisors that we had in our box was like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. I was like, well, why is it stupid? They were like, well, because you would make more money in a term life. Because I guess he's only 19. So I guess if you got a 20-year term life, you would basically be able to cash out on that term life. And I was trying to get her to understand the difference between a term life and a whole life was the term life is simply only for when you die. Right. And your whole life policy, you're able to actually access that money whenever you actually get to building that compound interest. And I posed the question because I said, you know, when you're building that financial stability with the whole life, you're able to borrow against that money or just take that money out. You be in your own personal bank, right? So her response to that was, well, why would you want to take that money out? I said, well, you've never fallen on hard times where you needed money? And she was like, well, no. I was like, so there's never been a time where you felt like, dang, I could have used a little bit more cash. And she was like, well, no, not really. I was like, okay, well then you're just the exception to the rule. And I don't know why that made me think about that, but I had a really huge debate in my box about the etiquette and the educational part of, even though you don't know something, right? Even if you don't know about something, you automatically saying that it's wrong or that it's stupid because you haven't done your research to understand about it. It's really, really ignorant. Right. So, and I try not to do that to people. I'm very conscious of doing that to people because I may not understand what it is that you're talking about at the time. But if you're bringing that to me and that means that I could somewhat benefit from it, I may not understand it at the time, but I'm gonna do my own research before I just automatically rule it out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Essentially, which is another. It made me think, and I don't know if this is what you were alluding to, but it made me think about typically weak people. But we're talking about men now.
Yeah.
Weak men. A lot of times they're not open to new information because they want to feel like they know it all. They feel insignificant, so they want to come off as the smartest person in the room, and a lot of times they come off looking stupid.
Yeah.
And I find that the strongest men that I've had the pleasure of being around and working with are open to suggestions, open to information. Why? Because that keeps me sharp. Here's the thing. I was on the job, very similar situation. I was on the job, and there were a lot of older guys, senior guys, 30 years on the job, who was so closed off to innovative ideas on how to do the job. And I found that they operated inefficiently. So these are guys, yes, you've been here 30 years. You've been here 30 years, but there are different ways to do this now. There are different ways to do this now. And so now you look stupid because you're stuck in your ways because you want to seem like the smartest person on the crew. Conversely, though, there were the guys, and these were crew leaders in the position. The guys who were the best crew leaders, they would even listen to me. I'm an apprentice on the job. I'm new. If I had a great suggestion if I had a great suggestion, then they would listen to me. They would say stuff like, I don't want to let my ego get in the way of getting it right. That's a strong man characteristic right there. When you can say, hey, if you have a good idea, I'm strong enough to listen to it. I can listen to you no matter where you are on the totem pole, because I want to operate optimally. I want the best results, and that information might come from someone who's junior to me, who's way younger. In fact, I'll say this, and I'll yield the floor. One of my mentors is like 12 years younger than me, but this guy's killing it in areas that I would like to kill it. He's killing it, crushing it. I sit at that man's feet with my pen and my pad. I need to know what you know. Now, imagine if I shitted on him because he's 12 years younger than me, then I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
So continued education is definitely a characteristic of a strong man. I don't know it all. But I want to learn. Definitely. So I can see. So yeah. Essentially, with that was a woman you were talking to, though.
It was.
Yeah, but men do it too. Close off information because I don't want to feel inadequate more than I do already. So, man, look. But anyhow, now that clip that I showed, that guy who was he was in control. He was removing himself from the situation. It reminded me of this quote that says, "The stronger you are, the more gentler you can afford to be."
Mm-hmm.
The more gentle you can afford to be. And that's a lot. That's why I say weak men are dangerous, because what they do is they already feel defeated. And as soon as their wife give them any type of flack, back lip, or what have you, boom, hey, up here come the uppercuts and the left hooks.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Not the up piece.
I mean, I would dare to say weak men abuse women. Nobody can dispute me on this. Weak men abuse women. Weak men abuse people who can't defend themselves. I'm glad. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Listen. Let me read. Let's read that from the Skincare Boo. She says, ignorance is the lack of knowing, and typically most reject the unknown. Ignorance can be changed, but stupidity is forever. That is a fact, man. That is a fact. People love to remain stupid, but here at MMU, we're gonna break that stupid curse that is upon you, as long as you allow yourself to be open to the information. Now, here's the thing. I was just at my daughter's, your niece. I was at her graduation. What was that? What was that?
Monday.
No, today Tuesday. It wasn't last.
Or Sunday. Was it Sunday? No, I thought it was Monday. I saw it on Snapchat, so I know.
I think it might have been Sunday. Anyhow, I was at her graduation, and we're sitting in the back. We hear a ruckus going on. I look over and I see this guy. He is roughing up. It was Sunday, because I didn't know if I was gonna make it to Sir Hill's show. So I see this guy. He's roughing up his autistic son. And this guy, he, by all means, if weakness had a look, the father looked weak. But he's roughing up his autistic son, roughing him up. Now, I'm mad. I'm a man of my own business for a time at least. And so I'm mad of my own business. I'm trying to pay attention to the ceremony of what's going on here. But I heard the smack. I didn't see it. But apparently smacked the shit out of his autistic son.
Wait, so you didn't see the smack, but you heard the smack.
I heard it. And so
y'all, do y'all understand how hard you have to slap somebody in order for somebody to hear it?
It's
like they can't even see it, but they hear it in the background.
I was hoping he was just in his face, like, come on, let's go. You know, I wasn't looking. But next thing I know, your sister jump up and she goes over there. And now there's a commotion type of situation going on. So now I feel like, oh, now I got to get involved because I ain't finna be no bitch, right? So the father, after the father runs off, he goes outside. I found the father. I'm talking to him, and I tell, and man, I'm pulling shit out my ass because this guy looks retarded. He looks weak. Come to find out, he does. He have a lot of shit going on. They about to get put out the house. His wife had passed in April, and I told him this quote. I said, "The stronger you are, the more gentler you can afford to be." I said, "Brother, you didn't exhibit strength at that moment. You literally abused your autistic son." He was like, "Well, he was embarrassing me." I said, "Sir, you were only embarrassed because you perceived it as embarrassment. Do you know most of us have experience with autistic children? We know that they're going to blurt shit out at any given time." I said, what would have made the situation perfect is if your son was doing what he did and you remained calm and you hugged him and you whispered to him. You said, come on, son, let's go outside. Come on, son, just please, let's go out. Like, you probably could have coaxed him into going outside. I said, but you made the situation worse. And he started crying and carrying on. And he started telling me about what was going on. But here's my point. And listen, I whooped enough ass in my day. I don't have to pick on autistic children. I don't know what, now here, granted, I don't know what it's like to have an autistic child. I know that's a 24/7 job. I know. But I can't see myself ever getting to the point where I need to, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like, yo, I don't know. But there again though, this guy, for all the reasons that he spelled out to me, he felt weak. He felt defeated. And that's what he did. He felt like, hey, the world's already whooping my ass and embarrassing me, and you ain't gonna do it right here. And he smacked the shit out of his son. And
That's fucked up.
I mean, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny.
It's not funny, but it's funny as hell.
It's how you gonna say it's not funny, but it's funny as hell.
It's funny as hell for you to, bruh. You not understanding. I could just imagine you sitting at the table, and then all you hear is, and you just like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It was, he smacked the shit out of him. But that's my point though. You understand? Like, my man was weak, and he felt like he needed to take it out on somebody because he's tired of being
see, and that's something I can't. It's just like the shit that I told you with one of the guys that I work with. Remember when I told you his grandpa wound up passing away from throat cancer, and he wound up going off on his daughter's mom in front of his daughter, calling her all type of bitches and calling her a slut and a hoe and stuff in front of her. Wow. And I was like, bro, you did not exhibit any type of leadership, nothing, bro. Like, you folded like a fucking pretzel. I was like, that's not what real men do. You don't disrespect your daughter's mother right in front of her. Bruh. It's a separate conversation when you by yourself. I was like, but all the personal stuff when it comes to your daughter should be the first. Your daughter is the first rule of thumb. You need to make sure that y'all are a full on front when you're in front of your daughter. Like, both of y'all have to be on the same accord. Because if you're not, then all that's doing is showing her the dysfunction. And she's going to grow up to think that shit is normal. And it's not normal.
I'd like to add to that, though. A little bit. I'd like to add to that. That piece that you said about being on the same page. Here's the thing. That may not happen. It may not happen, but I will say that
it's never gonna happen because he's weak.
Because then coming apart. I'm saying, let's just say a man really wants to do the right thing, and the woman is giving him problems, right? Man, I'm gonna say something that's triggering in the motherfucker right now, but I'm gonna say it. Let's say a woman is there's a co-parenting situation, and the woman is giving the man problem. The man is trying to do the right thing, right?
Right.
Which I've been in this situation. I'll leave names out to protect I don't know if they're innocent, but I'm gonna protect you.
Go ahead.
But essentially, let's just say this woman is giving him problems with his, and it's not, the parenting situation is not ideal. It's not peaceful. It is incumbent upon the man to still stay in control. Still stay in control, because you are in charge of your own peace. And at the end of the day, listen, this is what I'm gonna say. Man, look, I know somebody gonna eat me up for this. I don't really care. If a woman, and I put this to the test, it actually works. If a woman is dead set on disrupting, or how should I say? Yeah, disrupting my fatherhood experience.
By not letting you see the kids?
Huh?
By not letting you see the kids?
Well, yeah. Or just causing me all kinds of problems when I know that I'm just really just trying to do my job and be peaceful. And we know that people do this.
You can handle that by yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'll be a check. Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I'll be a check, and I'll see Shorty when he or she is 18. Yeah.
Most definitely.
And listen, I am not the kind of guy that's going to be going back and forth to court for 18 years. I've seen people do it. I've seen, and hey, y'all can do what y'all want out there in YouTube land. I'm telling you, this is what works for me. And it has worked, because you got to remember, a cantankerous woman, once she finds out that certain buttons she can push, and it's gonna get you all over the place, she's gonna continue to push that button. Remove the control. I actually got the cheat code. Okay, I learned a lot of this from my dad. He said, "Son, you gotta remove the control. You gotta remove the control one way or another." I said, "Bet." All right, I did that. I'm saying, yo, I'm not the kind of guy, and I thought I was crazy for this, and I might be crazy still, because Corey Holcomb said it on something, and he is not the reference. But Corey Holcomb said the same shit that I said on somebody else. He said, "Man, if my daughter's mother or my kid's mother is giving me problems and like disturbing my fatherhood experience, peace." I see. Listen. I know that's probably, somebody might challenge that and say, "Well, that's not a weak man's. I mean, that's not a strong man's position." Listen, fatherhood comes with its own issues anyway. It comes with its own problems within itself. And now you want to make it hell? I'm a hell no. I'm a hell no for that. I'm not signing up for that.
I'm a hell no.
I will tell you this. I've had to pull that maneuver. I've had to pull that maneuver one time, and I didn't see my daughter for like 6 months. She don't remember. She was way too young to remember. I didn't see my daughter for like 6 months. It hurt me. It hurt me when it happened. But the mother realized that, damn, I can't control this nigga. Man, come pick your daughter up. Come pick your, because hey, I was hurt at the time, but I'm like, yo, I'm not taking her to court. She know how good I am, and I would purposely like make sure that, you know, she knew I was on vacation. I'm everywhere. Oh, I'm in Europe. Oh, I'm in Mexico. Oh, I'm in New York. I'm everywhere. Oh, because I don't have no kids. I'm everywhere. And it was like, oh, he having too much fun. Come get your baby. Oh, okay. All right, I'll be over Friday. I mean, hey, you can't control me. And if you're gonna disturb and disrupt my fatherhood experience, you can have that. You can have that. And I'm gonna leave the rest out. It's like a little I went off in the courtroom, and I told the judge, I said, well, y'all can raise her, since y'all know what's best. And y'all seem to know what's best for my baby. Y'all can go ahead and raise her. You don't need me.
You don't need me.
So, but anyhow, it worked out because I removed the control, and I don't have it. I didn't have any problems. But anyhow, that being said, I want to play this last piece, this last clip, and it talks about emotional intelligence, and we're going to touch on some solutions for men who do desire, who you're not getting optimum results in your life. And I assure you, it's not everyone else. It's not all the externalities that you can point to. It's not society. It's not your mom and your dad didn't raise you. You can't use that excuse no more. It ain't your job.
Say yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, and so listen, we're gonna play this and we're gonna talk about some solutions, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Hold on. Get there. Bam.
Hey, here are 5 things that might indicate you have low emotional intelligence. Number 4 is the one that I see the most, so pay close attention to that one. And if you feel like you need more help in this area, I highly recommend check out the videos I'm currently doing on emotional intelligence. Number 1, when someone gives you critical feedback, you respond with excuses or you try to justify your weakness. Being able to receive critical input and then being able to respond to that input without judgment is a key critical element of growth. Number 2, you say you're sorry, especially when you know in your heart that you're wrong. Genuine empathy is a key characteristic of someone that has high emotional intelligence. Number 3, you feel you're a bad person because you feel a certain way. People with low emotional intelligence have extremely negative and critical self-talk. Feeling guilty does not make you a bad person. Feeling sad does not make you a bad person. They are just feelings. They don't define who you are. Number 4, and this one's important, you blame your circumstances, your environment, or other people for your failures in life. Emotionally intelligent people understand that they alone are responsible for their path in life. And number 5, which is similar to number 4, but with a twist, you depend on or you rely on someone else for your happiness. If you consistently have thoughts like, if I just made more money or if my spouse or partner would just do X, I would then be happy, then that is a sign of low emotional intelligence. True happiness is found when you make a deep spiritual connection that allows you to be happy and peaceful regardless of your circumstances. Hey, here are 5.
Amen. 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 That brother said a lot. Oh man, what's going on? We getting anyhow. That brother said a lot.
What the world?
Yeah. But anyhow, that brother said a lot, and essentially that is what we preach on this here channel. Is about emotional intelligence. How you look at everything in life is going to determine how you act, how you behave, or what you do. How you look at things is going to determine what you do, and what you do is going to determine, essentially your results and your lifestyle. So that being said, I want to offer some practical solutions to becoming a strong man, to whereas you can weather almost any situation. I'm going to say any situation, but I'm saying almost just because I don't know every situation. But I'm saying almost every situation you can navigate through that situation from a position of power, abundance, and leadership. First and foremost, I am going to say that always seek ways to make yourself uncomfortable. Always find ways to make yourself uncomfortable. And I'm going to say, listen, it starts with that cold shower in the morning. That cold shower. Ooh, that cold shower. So listen, for those who don't know, this is the routine. Yes, wash your ass with hot water, warm water. That's a normal shower, right? It's normal. Wash up because you ain't getting clean with cold shower. Yeah, sir. That cold shower. Listen, that cold shower is a beast. I started doing the cold shower because I wanted to make myself uncomfortable. I don't know why I had this mindset, but here's the thing. We all know that life is going to deal you more than your fair share of bullshit. Life is going to deal you more than your fair share of bullshit, and you have to be able to navigate, find a place of peace through the BS so that you can keep it pushing. Now, the cold showers was among other things that I was doing, but the cold shower in the morning is the first step to let me know that comfort is not the goal. So what I would do is,
Sir said the only cold shower I take is when the power is out and the water tank ain't taking.
So look, but the cold shower is well, first of all, let me say this. This goes back to probably the root of the cold shower. I pride myself on doing things that most men won't do. And I know Sir Hale's a beast. So this guy cut up like He-Man. Sir Hale, very disciplined guy. So I'm not talking about him. But I pride myself on doing things that most men won't do. Why? Because I want results that most men don't have. And so that cold shower was just me implementing that into my routine to say that comfort is never the goal. And I, if at any point throughout my day I come up against some discomfort, I'm already wired for it to handle it.
Yeah.
Now, The cold shower, I didn't realize it had so many health benefits. It staves off depression. It causes weight loss. It can help foster weight loss because something about it generates yellow fat, brown fat, and brown fat attacks the yellow fat or what have you, whatever. And there are like 7 benefits to the cold shower. It can help regulate your blood pressure. It can increase blood flow through the body, all kinds of stuff. And not to mention, you're doing something that most men won't do right out the gate. Cold shower. Mm-hmm. I take a 3-minute cold shower every morning. And so I actually set my timer on the phone and I do 3 minutes of cold shower. So anyhow, that's one thing. Always find ways to seek discomfort. Go to the gym. Cam goes to the gym more than I do. I'm jealous, but this guy doing 2 a days, sometimes 3 a day. Go to the gym. You cannot listen. It's almost impossible to slip into a state of depression if your body is looking good, right? If your body is looking good, you're feeling good. Go to the gym, beat that body up. It's uncomfortable going to the gym, but definitely that's one way that you're going to set yourself apart and become a strong man. And I'm not just talking about physical strength. When I'm talking about strong, I mean discipline. I mean discipline mentally, discipline physically, to whereas you're not shaken and stirred by outside forces because you know what you got to do as a man. Mm-hmm. Right? All right. So give me something, Cam. I don't want to. Yeah. What's something you implement in your routine to that makes you a strong man, whether it be physical?
Right now, my discipline piece is just now getting to where I want it to be. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I don't know if you want to share with the people, but you used to be a gamer.
Yeah. So I was a heavy gamer. I still am a gamer at heart. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would last time I played a game, it's been almost it's probably been a year.
Praise God.
And I'm sitting with my setup right now. And I have not touched it. I was a heavy gamer, but I think the heaviest I was 215, 220. And I kind of got to a point where when I first started going to the gym, I want to say I was probably like 185, 186, probably. Like when I was really I was running every day. I was doing all the shit that I was supposed to do. But I got to a point where I lost the motivation. I gained the weight back, not crazy weight. I wasn't 200 pounds, but I was like, I could not get past 190. Mm-hmm. No matter how hard I tried, I could not get past 190. So I was like, I have to learn how to be more disciplined in a way that is going to benefit me to where I don't need the motivation to go do what I need to do because I'm already disciplined to go do it.
Bam. Oh man. That's why see, and that's like I wanted to bring that piece up because I've watched your growth. Go from a gamer. I mean, you spend hours, these people spend hours on a game and you're sitting there gaining weight. Life is passing you by. You're playing something virtual. You're not getting paid for it. It's not really moving the needle in your life. Get your ass off the couch. Get out of that gaming chair. Go do something. Mm-hmm. Go do something strenuous. That's my point. That's why my point of you bringing up that, that you threw the games away, because now you instead of spending the time video games, you're doing 2 a days. Guy going to the gym twice a day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's discipline. And he works a lot, edits our videos, 5 kids. I mean, you do a lot. I'm saying you do a lot. People don't really know how busy you are. And I want to give you your flowers right now on national television
I appreciate it, brother.
You do a lot. Like I ain't never really met people that go hard like me, but that's why we so connected, I believe, because I see your work ethic and I'm like, damn, like you push me to want to do better, and I'm sure the same is in the reverse. Like we push each other.
For sure.
Yeah, we push each other to be better. So get your ass off the couch, do something strenuous that is going to strengthen your mind and your body, because again, life is going to deal you some bullshit. You gotta learn. You gotta be conditioned mentally to deal with it and understand that you have to keep pushing. I brought up the piece earlier. We were talking about men getting cheated on. All right, and I wanted to offer a solution. How do you navigate being cheated on? And I would say personally, well, for me, my mindset is the first thing people always want to know is why'd you do it? Okay, it's simple. They wanted to. Cut and dry. They wanted to do it. But the solution is to that is that if you've conditioned yourself physically, mentally, hopefully financially, but that's whatever, that's subjective.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, spiritually, to be the best version of you that you could possibly be. I mean, to the point where you know God is pleased, that God is pleased with your actions. Then even when a woman does you wrong, it hurts, but you can still navigate through that pain because you have options. She is not the only woman in the world. She is not the last woman on earth. You have, and you've conditioned yourself to that you are attractive to other women. I would dare to say that women don't even want a man that no other woman wants. I said it all the time. And if you are the man that no other woman wants, then become the man that other women want. And one way you can do that is go to the gym. Oh, go to the gym. Network. Get out and network. Yes. And essentially do not chase women. You become a woman's man by not chasing women, chasing your purpose. Anyhow, so if a woman cheated on you, it's gonna hurt. We understand. So Hell said, appreciate this talk, fella. I've been lazy last couple. No, you have not, brother. Sir Hell, the most humble guy I know. You probably ain't been to the gym. You probably haven't been to the gym, but you ain't sitting on the couch. We see your work.
Yeah,
we know you grinding in other areas, and sometimes it be like that. Like today, I didn't work out today. I'm beating myself, and I still have time. I can still do a 30-minute at home situation, and I should. But we're putting our efforts into other areas to where that's going to move the needle in our lives. That's what's important. That's what makes a strong man. It's not sometimes not necessarily you staying in the routine, because you can't. You got other things you got to do. And as long as you're moving the needle in your life, seek discomfort, get your ass off the couch, and become the best version of yourself. That way you are pleasing to God, you are pleasing to yourself, and that way you're going to be pleasing to other people, particularly women. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to be sad over losing a woman. I personally don't believe you can lose a woman, because you can't lose what's yours. But anyhow, I don't think you can necessarily lose a woman. When you are the best version of yourself, it turns out that woman lost you. Even if she made the decision to end a relationship, if you are I'm saying you him, that woman lost you. You always want to put yourself in a position to where if somebody walks away from you, then they lost. And don't be delusional about it. You know if you out here fucking up. Oh, you know you ain't no asset in nobody's life.
Yeah, for sure.
Become the asset. Oh, and so here's the thing. The way you become a strong man is to focus on being an asset in every space. I said it earlier. I just want to reiterate that. Every space you occupy, relationship, work, your community, church, wherever, you always want to be the guy that hey, you get shit done. You are reliable. So folks can depend on you. You think of ways how you can bring some value in this space. I think I can do this. That way, people 999 they're gonna smile when you walk in the room, and they're gonna be glad to see you leave. If that's not happening, change some things, sir. Change some things. Anyhow, I preach.
Bang, bang, bang.
That's good stuff, brother.
All right.
So I want to speak on the piece that really kind of spoke to me, because I've dealt with that piece personally, which was the when you're dependent on other people for your happiness. That to me is really, really, really important, because I think a lot of people don't really understand how much of a task that is for one person.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who you are, a person putting their happiness on you, it takes a toll that ultimately, and in my eyes, I feel like that leads to resentment, because not only am I having to worry about how I feel every day, right? But then I got to turn around and worry about how you feel. And I can do one at a time, but if I got to do both, I got to worry about me being in a shitty mood and you waking up in a shitty mood, and then I got to make sure that you good before I'm making sure myself is good. It's like that's a lot on one person, dog.
Yeah. No, that's real. And that's why I say that a man, a strong man, if you are seeking to be a strong man, or if you're already a strong man, you know this, we don't seek, we don't look at those externalities to make us feel good about ourselves. We don't seek anything external to make us feel good about ourselves, and that's speaking from a person, circumstances, or what have you. People will flake on you. People might not do what you want them to do, but you got to be happy with you, and that people can feel that, man. When that people can feel that energy, they know when you're a happy when you are just happy with yourself. That way you can focus on being an asset in the spaces that you occupy. When you are not happy with yourself, the opposite happens. You become a liability to every space you occupy. We can't be doing that, fellas.
Or even worse, fellas, the flip side to that is you start lumping yourself in with the people that are even worse than you. So it's like the weak men that you are surrounded with, that you may fall into that category. It's like all of y'all gonna find a common ground, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, these are my people, and you're gonna be stuck.
Come on, man. And that's enough. See, and that's the thing. Strong men love to be around strong men.
You feel me?
Listen, man, let me tell you something. My circle is so solid. Like, and here's the thing. People think there can only be one big dog or one big homie. No. My whole circle is big homies and big dogs, and we challenge each other and to be better. And here's the thing. If you start, everybody knows you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around. And if you hang around weak men just to make you feel better, you're weak, sir. You are a weak person.
Yes, sir.
You get around strong men who push you to think, and it's like iron sharpening iron, right? And I love to be around somebody who's of higher intelligence. I love being around people who are physically stronger and physically more fit, so I can think like, damn, I need to step my game up. I love being around people who got more money than me. Man, let me step my game. Let me see how they doing it, and we could bounce ideas off each other. And I never feel less than, because I am strong within myself. But I just want to be around somebody who's going to sharpen me. Strong men sharpen other strong men. Consequently, like you said, weak men will definitely keep you weak if that's your circle. For a fact.
Sure. I can tell you, brother. I know how uncomfortable I make people just because of the way that I carry myself.
Oh yeah, that's real. That's real life. I've actually. Let me bear witness that I've actually been in this brother's ear on his when
you feel me
on it, And people, it's amazing that people they don't like the fact that you can't be controlled or in certain ways, or you go against the grain.
Yeah,
like you make your own path.
Exactly. And I don't. One thing that everybody knows about me is that one, I'm super quiet. I'm very, very respectable. But I am a man of principles. And if you cross those principles, you have to see me. You have, and I am a man that I'm going to pull you to the side before I ever address you in front of everybody else, because I don't want to embarrass you. Because if I have to, I feel like if I have to show out for people, that to me, that don't do nothing for me. I want to talk to you man to man so you really understand what I'm telling you. I don't need
you're seeking results as opposed
exactly.
to
I ain't trying to listen, because at the end of the day, I know these work. You feel me? These is my last resort. I'm undefeated with these. So instead of me going straight there, I know that I could talk to you first. And if I can't talk to you, or if I can't resolve it where it's just me and you, then I know, hey, we got to get some management over here to figure out A, B, and C. And like you said, you've been on the phone with me, you know, like everybody know naturally I'm a happy dude. You can't tell me any room that I go into, I don't brighten that motherfucker up. Because I'm coming with that same energy every single day, no matter if I'm dead sick, dead tired. I'm the same guy. I'm still gonna laugh with you. I'm still gonna joke with you. I just don't have time for the bullshit.
And that's a strong man trait.
You start complaining, it's a wrap.
That's a strong man trait, especially. Listen, I'm not glorifying violence, but sometimes it helps a man if he has been involved in a few fisticuffs, a few scuffles in his life.
You know,
it definitely helps a man because here's the thing: you know how quickly things can get real bad, exactly. And if you've experienced that, then like you don't really want to go back to that. It's like
not at all.
And that's why I always whenever I had an issue with a person, I really always tried to pull them to the side and have a one-on-one conversation, because I don't want. It's not like I'm trying to grandstand in front of people to your expense. You know, like I'm really trying to get an understanding, and so I feel like I can talk to anybody, and so I pull them to the side, and I've been very effective. I've gotten some good results that way, because of what a lot of weak men do who don't really know how far things can go. They try to grandstand in front of somebody, and then it can go way left. Here's the thing, and that's not to say. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. But because I would never dare to say that I can whoop every man. Don't happen. Yeah. But I ain't scared to get my ass whooped either. So the thing. It's like show me. I'm not afraid to engage a person if it goes there, win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter. But that's not the go-to of a strong man. A strong man go-to is to try to get an understanding, and you know, essentially, if it turns out into a situation where you have to protect yourself, then it is what it is. But yeah, always remain in control. Real strong men don't fly off the handle and just start flipping out and, you know, moving furniture for no reason.
I'm glad you just said that, because that was something that I had to when I was in a meeting with HR. That was something that I had to explain to multiple higher up individuals. I said, it's funny that I'm sitting here in this seat when you only got to see the reaction from me from someone's actions that was done to me. I said, I'm not a disrespectful person. I was like, but at the same token, you're not going to threaten me and think that I'm not going to come back to you with some type of something. and which I never came to my man's with violence, but I told him, I was like, if you want to threaten me, you feel me, we could go 500 feet, and we could really settle it like men. That if that's what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? To your point, if you that big and bad to where you feel like you could put hands on me like that, well, let's go check that out real quick. And I can still shake your hand after I beat your ass.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the type of man I am. But I say that to say that is never my first intent. Like, I don't ever try to be like, oh, we could go 300 feet now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not who I am. I always like to address every situation with love and understanding, because I really try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But at the end of the day, like, I can't make excuses for you being a shitty human.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I say, hey, be good to good people.
Exactly.
You be good to good people. Now, if you're not good, I mean, you know, it is what it is.
So that's all I got, man. That's really all I got.
All right, brother. Well, we went a little longer than we normally do on these streams. So that's your final word?
That's my final word, man.
Okay. All right. And my final word for the night is, listen, I'm not just poking fun at men who are weak. I'm not picking on men who are weak. In fact, I'm not even talking to men who are weak that don't want to change their situation. If you if you are operating from a position of weakness, lack, and fellowship, and you want to stay there, that's fine. I just don't want to hear you complain. I'm talking to the guys who are unhappy with their situations and how they can go about changing their situations. And it all starts with how you perceive what is in front of you. You know, whether it's people, circumstances, or what have you. It's all in your perception and then how you perceive yourself. You can never go wrong. I'll repeat. You can never go wrong by viewing yourself as a strong person and actually walking in that. There's something psychological to walking with your shoulders back and your chest out and your head up that gives you power. A lot of men are walking around slumped over, chest sunken in, looking at the ground. Start with that. Shoulders back, chest up. You know what I'm saying? Face the world from a position of power and watch what that does for you when you just walk with that posture. Some people call it BDE. Okay? Some people call it BDE. It is what it is.
Wild boy.
And at the end of the day, I'm saying how you carry yourself determine how you feel about things, or maybe that's how you feel about things determine how you carry yourself and what you do, and that determines your reality and what your world is. And so all I'm saying is, if your world isn't yielding you the results that you are looking for, you got to change yourself. The world is not going to change. There's wolves out here. Wolves out here. And I would dare to say you need to be a goddamn wolf too. Hey, there's not. I'm going to close with this, right? My mom was telling me, she was like, son, be careful out there. It's a lot of crazy people out there. I said, yeah, mom, you raised one up. I said, you raised one up. I speak the language. I speak the language. And that's the thing. And I operate the way I do because I'm confident in who I am. And that's why the stronger you are, the more gentler you can afford to be. I know how strong I am, and that's why I'm gentle. I'm gentle at the times where I need to be gentle. I'm a caring person. I love people, but they all come from a place of strength. I feel like I'm a protector. Okay, I say I was gonna close this. I'm closing this for real. Me being bullied when I was in elementary school taught me a lot. it just taught me a lot about life. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad I got chased, because that let me know that no matter how fast I was running, was right behind me. I can't escape that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I got punched in the eye, and because it let me know that your problems can catch up to you and do you some goddamn harm. I'm glad those things happened, because what it did was it said, turn around and face your motherfucking fears and deal with it. And that's what life is. Life is chock full of problems that's gonna chase you and punch you in the goddamn eye until you turn around and you deal with it. And as of when 5th grade was the last time I had my ass whooped. That's my hand to the good Lord upstairs. He know I ain't kidding. I'm probably a good 30-0 since then, but most of my fights happened in junior high, and my sister knows. She on the stream. She know I stayed suspended in junior high, and most of those fights was for me taking up for people, because I seen people getting bullied, and I would jump in like, do it to me, because I had a heart for people. Like, that taught me to, like, I don't want to pick on weak people who can't. And so even men who aren't necessarily strong men, I'm not picking on you, but I'm talking to the brother who really wants to change the situation. These are actionable steps. And you're going to learn something on this channel, and you're going to learn how to operate from a position of power, abundance, and leadership. And that way, when things happen to you, you can deal with it from a position of poise, strength, and maintaining control, like the brother did when he caught his girl cheating on him. He said, "Let me get out," because he knew he could get him another one. You fucked up. Anyhow, I'm closing with this. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Thank y'all for rocking with us. One more again. Leave a comment. Let us know what it is, what it should be, and what it shall be. I am your host, Sir Charles the God.
And I'm Cam 2 Official, man.
Thank you. And just like that, we out.